Hi Yogi, welcome to Yoga with Alina, and today we're going to flow through about a 45-minute practice that is focused on front splits. If that's something that you're working on, this practice is for you. I'm personally not using any props for this one, but strap, blocks, all that is a fair game, and they might be very, very useful for this practice as well. So if you have them, grab them, and if you end up never using them, totally fine with me as well. I'll see you on the mat in just a couple of moments. So if you decide to use the strap for this flow, then make sure it's somewhere close by where you can reach it right from the beginning. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees to the sides, and go all the way down on the floor. And take the first couple of moments of the practice, the first couple of minutes of this practice, just to relax, enjoy, bring ourselves into right here, right now, and disconnect from the outside world, whatever might have happened before you stepped on the mat today, whatever you might be excited for after. Simply be. Start noticing any sensations, feelings, emotions, thoughts. Total awareness, connecting our mind and our body, and allowing ourselves to truly be present for this next 45 minutes or so. When you feel ready, you can start deepening the breath, creating nice deep inhales, and matching them with long, long exhales. We're starting to send the air up and down the back of the throat. Breath is everything in this practice. Create a beautiful ocean-like sound and let the sound of the breath become a rhythm for it. Let the breath guide the practice for you. So important. The only thing I'm doing here is suggesting things. Tune in. And do a couple of more rounds of breathing on your own. From there, bring the hands underneath your thighs and guide the knees in together. Touch the knees to one another. Heel to your feet about mat distance apart. Bring the toes in. The heels are going out. You're going to start feeling a very gentle stretch going down your outer thighs into your outer glutes. Stay here and set up an intention for the practice. Why are you here? What brought you here? And what is it that's going to keep you here the entire practice? Very personal question. Once you've done that, heel to your feet back together. We're going to bring the knees into the chest and give ourselves a nice, loving, well-deserved hug. You can rock a little bit side to side if that feels good. You can rock up and down if that feels better. You decide. We're going to find stillness and keep the right knee into the chest, straighten the left leg all the way forward. You can move the right knee side to side or create tiny little circles for yourself, massaging your hip flexor. That should feel pretty good. Explore. And if you're using a strap, this is where you're going to bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. And if you're not using the strap, the hand is going to go to the outer blade of the right foot and pull the knee outside the rib cage. The right shoulder stays down, the left shoulder stays down, and the left side body stays down in general. Left hip is going to try to lift up, but see if you can keep it grounded the entire time. Keep the knee bent at about 90-degree angle. Imagine it's going to touch the floor one of these days. Why not? I'm definitely really far away from it, but who knows? And we're going to flex the right foot and kick the right heel up to the ceiling. If you're using the strap, that should be pretty easy to do. If you're not using the strap, check in with the right shoulder and make sure it doesn't lift up. You can use your left hand to help you here as well. You can bring both hands to a little bit lower than the foot and just pull the leg in gently. These stretches are not for us to kill ourselves, especially not in the very beginning of the practice. This is for us to start feeling. Good. And if you're using the strap, both sides of it are going to go into the right hand. If you're not using the strap, grab the big toe with the pigeon fingers and then send the right leg out to the right side of the room. Send the left arm out and look towards the left side of the room. Make sure the left shoulder stays down, the left hip stays down. Your body is going to stay centered. That means that the right leg doesn't touch the ground, and that is perfectly fine. That's actually true whether you're using the strap or not. We're going to take another breath. And the next inhale, use this inner thigh strength to lift the leg back up. You're going to bend the right knee. If you're using the strap, toss it aside. Left hand is going to guide the right knee over to the left. Straighten the right arm out. Look to the right side of the room. Right shoulder stays down. That means the right knee doesn't touch the ground, and that is perfectly fine. And we're staying here for another breath or so. And the next inhale is going to bring you back to your neutral. Bring the knee in. Take another nice deep squeeze and then simply switch the legs. You're going to bring the left knee in and straighten the right leg all the way forward. Move the knee side to side, maybe tiny little circles. And if you're doing circles, you might want to reverse the direction, making sure there's still balance present. And just like you did before, if you're using the strap, use it here as well. Place it around the ball of the left foot. If not, grab the outer blade of the left foot and pull the knee outside the rib cage. Have happy baby. The right hand, I like to bring it on top of the right hip, making sure it doesn't lift up, because the right hip is going to try to lift up off the floor, but you're stronger than that. You can control that. Both shoulders are staying grounded. We're going to flex the left foot and start kicking the left heel up to the ceiling. Make sure the left shoulder doesn't lift up. Your hand can slide down the leg or down the strap, doesn't matter. And then the right hand can help you a little bit more. Use your breath to get a tiny bit deeper. Every exhale is there for you to get a tiny bit further in. Getting the hamstring and the hip prepared for whatever is next to happen in this practice. It's going to be a really fun practice, I can promise you that much. And then if you're using the strap, both sides of the strap are going into the left hand. If not, grab the big toe with pigeon fingers and send the left leg out to the left. Send the right arm out to the right and look towards the right side of the room. Right shoulder stays down on the floor. That means the left leg doesn't touch the ground. That is okay. We're going to stay here for another couple of moments. Beautiful job. And then from here, inhale, engage the left inner thigh to lift the leg back up. You're going to bend your left knee. You won't need the strap anymore if you're using one. Use the right hand to guide the left knee over to the right. Look to the left side of the room. Left arm straightens out. The left shoulder stays down on the ground. Taking a few moments here. Beautiful job. And from this one, come back to center. Left knee is going to come into your chest first. Give it another loving squeeze. And then bring the right knee into your chest as well. You can rock a little bit side to side. You can start rocking a tiny bit up and down right away here. And eventually we're starting to gain momentum. And we're using that momentum to rock ourselves all the way up into standing forward fold at the top of the mat. If you can get there without using your hands, amazing, get there. If not, just get there using your hands, still amazing. We're meeting in the forward fold. And once you get there, you can bend and straighten your legs. You can shake out the upper body, check in. And we're going to find stillness. Hands behind your head, clasp the hands together like you're about to do a crunch, and start slowly rolling yourself all the way up to standing. Vertebra by vertebra, your head is coming up the last. Imagine that, well, your hands are the weight, the reminder of that. And then once you get to the top, release the arms by your sides. Close your eyes to Tadasana Mountain Pose, check in. The body, the breath, the mind, the intention, all that good stuff. From here with me, inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, pull it up and over to the right. Look up to the ceiling. Good. And then inhale, let's you back up. Switch the grip, go over to the other side, look up again. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Exhale, hands behind the tailbone, clasp the hands together, reach the knuckles down, press the hips forwards and the chest up. And we're going to keep the hands exactly as they are. Inhale, lift you up. Bend your knees, cascade your body over your thighs. Let that one fist you created to fall over your head. And we're going to bend the right knee. Once you bend the right knee, the right shoulder will come a little bit closer to maybe even touch the right knee, who knows. You're going to start highlighting the stretch on the left side. And we're going to go to the other side, straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. Good, same thing, the left shoulder will come a little bit closer to the left knee. We'll highlight the stretch on the right side this time around. Taking another moment. And we're coming back to center. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop the hands underneath the shoulders. Shake it out, let it go. Bringing more engagement into this forward fold. Hands on the shins, blocks if you're using them, or floor. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Pull the chest in closer to your thighs. And let's do this again. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale down. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to step back, coming into your high plank with the shoulders over the wrist, the heels on top of your toes. You're pushing away from the ground, separating the shoulder blades, and we're getting ready to go into our vinyasas right away today. So with your next inhale, push the shoulders over the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, halfway down, hold. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up the heart. Exhale, roll over your toes. We're meeting in the downward facing dog. Push the hips back and up. Take a few moments here. You can bend and straighten your legs a few times. Holding this downward facing dog, I want you to try and separate the shoulder blades as much as possible. Widen your upper back. That's going to get you out of your shoulders into your lats. Much more enjoyable experience, I would say that. And then from here, we're going to move through 3 more vinyasas together. And then until the end of the practice, I want to say vinyasas are going to be optional, but to be honest with you, there won't be a lot of vinyasas. So let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. And with your next inhale, we're going to start lifting the heels up and rounding our way forward, coming into that beautiful high plank through a very fluid motion. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. We have 2 more together. Enjoy them. Inhale, lift the heels and round yourself forward, high plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows so that they're framing the ribcage. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up the heart. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. And I kind of lost count. How would I do it? I have no idea, but I think we have 1 last time. Inhale, lift the heels and round yourself forward, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back into downward facing dog. Let's take another 3 breaths here. So just being, just feeling. I always say this, how many times a day do you get to do this? So you might as well enjoy it while you can. And from this downward facing dog, from this upside down V shape, baby steps, you're going to walk your feet to meet your hands. Back into that forward fold, but I really want to challenge you to try and heel to your feet all the way forward. Step, 1 step at a time, right? Foot by foot. And once you get all the way into your forward fold, shake it out, let it go. Shake out the upper body, your shoulders, your neck, your head, whatever you need. We're going to bring the hands to the shins, blocks or floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Pull the chest in closer to your thighs. Let's do this again. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, down. Next, inhale, lift yourself all the way up to standing. Nice, long spine. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down to heart center in prayer. Take a moment, check in with yourself. The body, the breath, the mind, the intention, you know what to do. And we're going to keep the hands exactly as they are. Bring all the weight into the right foot. You can kind of grip through the toes of the right leg right now. And then bring the left knee hip height. You're going to create somewhat of a 90-degree angle with your left leg. And then circle out your left ankle. Direction doesn't matter. Find stability, find stillness. And then reverse the direction, go into the other side. Good, and we're going to find stillness here as well. Flex your left foot, and then point your toes. Let's do it again. Flex the foot, keep it flexed, hinge at the hips, and start kicking the left heel all the way back behind you. You're creating a beautiful capital letter T out of your own body. The body is becoming parallel to the floor. The gaze is towards the front of the room so that the chest is lifted. Wherever you're looking is where the chest is going. And then think about spinning the left toes down to face the floor. Right now they're probably facing the side. That means that your hips are opening up, and I want you to work on closing them as much as you can. We're going to take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, start bending the standing leg. You're simply bending the standing leg. That's all that's happening. Smile as you're doing it. I know it's not easy, but you can do it. Bottom of the ribcage is touching the right thigh. And keep your chest low. Step your left foot back behind you. Keep the left heel lifted. You're coming into lunge. Beautiful, strong lunge. But first, find stability. And only then, inhale, reach the arms up, coming into your high lunge pose. Inhale, lengthen up through the sides of your body. Exhale, lower the left knee down to the ground, no crushing. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, straighten the right leg. You're going to fold over the right thigh. The hands are not touching the floor or the blocks. You're going to send them back behind you, and you're still balanced and engaged in the right hamstring. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, bend the right knee, reach the arms out back into your high lunge. Exhale, left knee goes down to the floor. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, straighten the front leg, fold over the right thigh. The hands are still not touching, not the ground, not the blocks. Hold it. Last one. Inhale, bend your right knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, left knee goes down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you're going to straighten the front leg and fold over the right thigh. This is where you can drop the hands down. Ground or blocks, your choice, but make sure that you feel somewhat comfortable. The back heel is lifted. Your legs are fairly far away from one another. Strong hamstrings are flexible hamstrings, so we do need to get some strength in there, which we just did. Now we're going to stretch them a bit more. Inhale, half of it. Flex the right foot. Now the back heel is lifted and the front toes are lifted. Don't let it get to you. Fold over the right thigh again. One last time. Inhale. As you exhale, your left knee is going to come down underneath the left hip. You're coming into half split. Bottom of the rib cage is going down to the right thigh. Your left knee directly underneath the left hip. You're digging the right heel down and back through the mat. The crown of the head is going forward. Toes are going back towards your nose. Very, very active stretch. And we're going to bring movement into this one. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, bottom of the rib cage goes down. Let's do this again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale down. Good. Last one. Inhale. Hold it here. Keep the right foot exactly where it is. You're going to bend your right knee as you exhale, coming into nice deep low lunge. And this is where you get to rest a little bit. Use the weight of your own body to open up the hips deeper. Let the head drop down. I usually love using blocks here. I don't have them with me for this flow, but if you do have them close by, then you can bring the hands on your blocks here if you haven't done that yet. I always say this practice is a balance between effort and ease, so this is the ease part right here. We're going to bring more movement into it. Inhale, chest comes up a little bit. Exhale, hips are sinking tiny bit lower. Let's do this again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale down. Good. Last one. Inhale. Hold it here. Left and stays down. Right arm reaches up. Simple twist. You're twisting towards the right side of the room. Squeeze the right knee in towards the midline. Engage in the inner thigh. You're going to push down to lift a little bit higher. And then tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee off the floor. Nothing crazy. I want you to make sure that the front knee is staying bent. The closer you are to the ground, the better it is. And we're going to take another deep inhale here. Exhale, lower the right hand inside the right foot. You're going to keep the back heel on top of your toes. This is going to be our deal. You're going to keep the back leg exactly as it is. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. That's the same exact twist, it's just you're looking the other way. And yes, it's going to offset your balance a little bit. So if the balance is shaky, look down. If the balance is good, then you're looking up towards that right hand. With a lot of control, you're going to lower the back heel down on the ground, 90-degree angle. Press into the outer blade of your left foot and lift yourself up, coming into a beautiful, strong warrior two. The gaze is towards the front of the room. Bend the front knee a little further. Rotate the front palm, extend the right arm up, left and down. No weight in the bottom hand. And if you feel anything in the lower back, then look down. That's what usually happens to me. Keep pushing the right knee out. The next inhale, straighten the front leg. And stay here for the exhale. Good. Inhale is going to lift you up. You're going to bring the hands at the heart center in prayer. Flex the right foot. As you exhale, bend into the left leg as far as you can without lifting the left hip heel off the floor and without dropping the hips all the way down to the ground. You're going to bring the left elbow inside the knee, opening the hip deeper. Keep flexing the right foot. The chest is going to stay lifted as much as possible. And yes, I know this one is not easy. We're going to do about 2 more breaths here. Good. And with a lot of control, hopefully no crushing, you're going to lower the hips down to the ground, keeping the shape exactly as it is right now. Right hand goes to the left shin, right shoulder inside the right knee, and then reach the left arm up and over the left ear. Now, if you can grab your foot, that's just going to make your life much easier. If not, that's not a big deal. It just means that you're working a little bit more through the core. You need to engage your core to spin the chest up. Imagine that one day the back is going to be on the ground and the chest is going to be facing the ceiling. That's probably not going to happen, but you're really trying. And then you use your left knee to push it out a little bit more. You're literally spinning your body. You're twisting your body. We're going to take another breath here. Good. And the next inhale is going to lift you out of it. Oh my God, that was a deep one for me. And then don't overthink it. Drop your left knee to touch the right. Once your left knee touches the right, you're facing the front of the room again. We're going to get into the left quad right now. And if this is enough, make sure the left toes are facing back. If this is enough, you're staying here. If you need a little bit more, you can start leaning back. Maybe lay down on the ground. But make sure your left knee is not lifting up and it's not sliding out. The moment it does that, you know you went a little bit too far. So maybe stop or go a little bit higher up. Another thing, if this quad stretch is feeling pretty impossible today, you can always sit on the prop, elevating your hips. That will do the trick. And just close your eyes. Enjoy the moments of stillness, relative silence, even though I keep rambling, but still. And we're going to do about 2 more breaths here. If you're laying down on the floor like I'm doing right now, or leaning back for that matter, use your arms to start lifting yourself back up. And this is where I want you to have fun with this one, because this is where we're getting to that split. Tuck the back toes under, bring the hands in front of you, and you're going to push yourself forward, landing anywhere between half and full split. Again, I'll take anywhere, half or full split. There's a whole world between those two. The hands are framing the front leg. The hands are probably somewhere around that right knee. And as long as that's good, then you can stay there. If you're getting closer to your full split, tuck the back toes under and work on pushing your left hip forward, trying to square off your hips. If you're just working on getting a little closer to the ground, don't worry about the hips being closed. You can open them up. That's going to get you a little bit deeper, and in my opinion, will make you feel a little bit better. At least that's how I felt when I was working on my front splits. We're going to take a couple of moments here. If you're getting closer to your full split, you can rock a little bit side to side, exploring the pose. Good, and then hands are gonna stay framing the front leg somewhere around the knee. Tuck the back toes under if they're not tucked yet. Lift the back knee off the ground. Start pushing away from the floor or your blocks. Lift the hips higher. And from there, you're gonna slide the right leg back and up. Open up the hip, down dog split. Toes are going up to the ceiling. Open up your hip as much as you can here. That should feel pretty good. And from this one, we're gonna walk the hands back to meet the left leg. We're meeting in the back of the mat, coming into standing split. I always say don't worry about how high the right leg goes right now. This is just a fancy forward fold with one leg lifted. Treat it like one. Pull the chest in closer to your left thigh. Maybe hug the left leg around with your left hand. Send the right leg just an inch higher than before. And we're gonna flex the right foot. Right leg is not gonna touch the ground, not a single moment. But as the right leg lowers down, you're gonna lift the chest up. And we're gonna lift ourselves up into standing, bringing the right knee out in front of us. Hands at the heart center and prayer the right knee in front. Bring the right knee out to the side. Then bring the right ankle on top of the left quad. Start sitting nice and low into your figure four stretch. The chest is lifted. You're gonna push the right knee out to the side using the strength here of your right leg. Keep flexing the right foot. That's going to protect your knee joint. And then push the hips slightly further back. Chest is staying lifted. The breath is nice and smooth. Good. Stay with me on this. And we're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands go down to the ground. Now you're going to keep the shape exactly the same, and I want to bring your awareness to something. The right knee is outside the right arm. I want it to stay that way. You're simply going to walk the hands forward, keeping the same shape. You're changing the planes. You're coming into your pigeon pose. Lower down on your forearms whenever you feel ready. Avoid dropping all the way to the right or the left hip, and then enjoy this right hip opener. The breath is always nice and smooth. Nothing has changed. And if you're like me, I always suggest those things. You can explore. Every movement is welcome as long as you're aware of the movement, as long as it's conscious. I like rocking side to side. And if you manage to rock side to side without dropping all the way to the right or all the way to the left, by all means go for it. As long as you know your why, as long as you know why you're doing something on the mat, I am happy. We're taking another breath here. Good, and the next inhale, walk the hands back up. Avoid dropping to the right hip. We're gonna bend the left knee and send the left hand behind us, grabbing foot or ankle, quad stretch. Push the heel and send the left shoulder a little bit further forward. Good. Try to square off your shoulders. The shoulders are facing the front of the room completely. Beautiful job. And we're gonna let it go. Drop down to the right hip and bring the left leg around. Step the left foot outside the right quad. From here, straighten the right leg all the way forward so that the left hip goes down. That part is important. Left hand behind the tailbone as close to your glutes as possible. Right elbow, left quad. You're gonna twist towards the left side of the room. Look back behind you. The closer your left hand to your hips, the better the twist. Knowing that maybe you can adjust. We're gonna look over the right shoulder. Nothing has changed. Just look over the right shoulder. And then let it go. Both hands go outside the right hip. Once the hands go outside the right hip, your left hip is going to try to lift up. Avoid doing that. Try to keep it grounded. And we're going to come back to center. Step your left foot over the right and squeeze the left heel into your glute as much as possible. We're going to bring the right hand behind the tailbone. Left arm reaches up. Fold over the right thigh. If this is enough and you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to add a bind, you're going to squeeze your left knee to the left shoulder. Start bringing the left arm around, possibly clasping your hands behind your back. But remember, this is still a forward fold, right? This entire practice is really about forward folds. So if the bind gets you out of the forward fold, drop the bind. You want to keep pulling the crown of the head forward. The toes are going back. Imagine that one day you're going to bite your big toe. One of my teachers used to say that. The image is still in my head. And then let it go. You're going to shake out the shoulders. Take a few moments. If you had a bind. If you didn't have a bind, don't worry about that part. And then don't hate me for this transition. You're going to bring your left knee in towards the midline. Squeeze the heel in as much as possible to your glute. Lean forward and lift the hips off the floor. You can use your hands for this transition. I'm definitely not that kind of monster. Bring the right foot off the mat as well. That's your pistol squat. And we're going to press into the left foot and lift ourselves up, coming into standing split with the right leg lifted up to the ceiling. You've been here before. You've done that standing split before, so we're not staying here for long. Good. From the standing split, flex the right foot. Just like you did before, you're not going to touch the ground, but as the leg lowers down, the chest starts lifting up and eventually hands at the heart center in prayer, and the right knee is going to come out in front of you. About 90-degree angle bend. And guess what? This is how we go to the other side. Isn't it fun? We're going to start circling the right ankle around. Direction doesn't matter because you already know we'll reverse it in a second. And reverse that, go to the other side. Good, and we're going to find stillness here. Flex the right foot, and then point your toes. One more time, flex the foot. And then keep it flexed, hinge at the hips, and kick the right heel all the way back behind you. You're going to create a beautiful capital letter T out of your own body. Keep the chest lifted by looking towards the front of the room. And then spin the right toes down to face the floor, because right now they're probably facing the side. At least that's what always happens to me. This is kind of natural for our anatomy. But I want you to work on closing down the hip, because eventually in those front splits, you do want your hips to be somewhat closed. At least you want to try going there. Let's take a deep inhale. As you exhale, start bending the left knee. Aim for the side of your body to touch your left thigh. Not the side, the chest, the bottom of the rib cage. Good, get a little deeper. And with a lot of control, step the right foot back behind you. Keep the chest low. Find stability first. Find stillness. And only then you're going to inhale and lift yourself up, coming into a beautiful, strong lunge. You might be a little bit off the mat. That's okay. We're going to take a deep inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, the right knee goes down to the floor. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. The hands are not touching the ground. They're not touching the block. If you're using them, send them back behind you. You're still balancing. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, bend your left knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, the right knee goes down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold over your left thigh. Good. One last time here. Inhale, bend the left knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, your right knee goes down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold over the left leg, straighten it out. This is where you can drop the hands down and relax for a little bit. We're getting into the stretchy part, really feel good part, at least for me. Remember to breathe, come back to your breath, smooth it out. We're going to bring a little bit more movement into this one. Inhale, chest comes up halfway. Flex your left foot, feel the difference, and then exhale, fold. The back heel is lifted, the front toes are lifted. Don't let it get to you. All is good. And one more time, inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, your right knee goes down to the floor. Melt the chest over the left thigh and pull the crown of the head forward. You can get a little bit deeper if you need. Make sure the right hip in line with the right knee. You're going to send the toes back towards your nose. Lots of engagement here. We're going to keep the left leg straight. Bring a little bit more movement into this one. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, bottom of the rib cage down. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, down. Good. Last one. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your left knee. Don't bring the foot in closer, just bend the knee, and you're gonna sink the hips low. Let the head drop down. If you notice that your knee is coming a little bit in front of the ankle, you can wiggle the front foot a little further forward. Make sure you feel it in the hips. The only way you feel it in the hips is by making sure the knee and ankle are aligned. And again, this is the ease part, so take a couple of moments of rest. We're going to add more movement here. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, hips are sinking tiny bit lower. Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Hold it here. Right hand stays down. Left arm reaches up. You're going to twist towards the left side of the room. Push down to lift a little bit higher. Think about the length. Keep squeezing the left knee into the midline. Engage the inner thigh. And you're going to keep everything as it is. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee off the floor. Simple twist. Nothing has changed. Another deep inhale here. Exhale your left hand inside the left foot. You're going to keep the back heel on top of your toes, and that's going to be our deal. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. Again, feel that those hips being closed, and then feel the difference when we open them up eventually. Bend the front knee a little bit more. If the balance is good, look up. If not, look down. That is okay with me. From here, with a lot of control, lower the back heel down on the floor, 90-degree angle, and press into the outer blade of the right foot. Lift yourself up into a beautiful, strong warrior two. The gaze is towards the front of the room. Bend the left knee as much as you can. Rotate the left palm, exhale, left arm up, right and down. No weight in the bottom hands. Imagine one day that left knee becoming a 90-degree angle. Why not? Inhale, straighten the front leg. Stay here for the exhale. The next inhale lifts you all the way back up. You're going to bring the hands at the heart center in prayer. Flex your left foot and bend into the right leg. You don't have to go all the way. Make sure the right heel stays down on the ground the entire time. Right elbow inside the right knee. The chest is lifted. The hips are lifted. If you need to use your hands to help you, it's okay with me. But again, try to keep the heel down for now. If that means that the hips are higher than mine, that is fine. We all need to do different things to feel the same thing. And that's the weird part about the practice. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, hips go down to the floor. Keep the shape. Left hand to the right shin. Lower the left shoulder inside the left knee. Right arm is going to reach up and over. Again, it doesn't matter if you can grab the foot or not. If you can, that will make your life much easier. But if you can't, that just means that you're working through the core a little bit more, bringing more strength into this one. Push your right knee out a bit more, the back knee that is, right? And your spin in the chest. How much more can you start facing the ceiling? Can you see the ceiling right now? The next inhale is going to lift you out of it. And do not overthink this next transition. Right knee is going to drop down to meet the left. Bring the knees together to touch. Make sure the right toes are facing back of the rim. And then if this is enough, then you're staying here. If you need to lean back or lay down on the floor, I'm not going to stop you. Do whatever you need to do as long as the integrity of the pose is there. The knees are together, the right knee is touching the left. This is about the health of the knee. We talk about it so much in this practice because on the contrary of what a lot of people think, that this practice is healing, which it is, but it can also damage the body if we're not careful enough. So always bringing the awareness to the technique, to the alignment, not rushing for the picture, not rushing for the shape, but really making it a personal practice. It's going to look different for every single one of us. Let's do another 2 breaths here or so. Getting a little bit deeper into that right quad. And with your next inhale, if you're leaning back or laying down like I'm doing right now, you're going to start lifting yourself up. Use your arms to help you. There's never any rush in this practice. Take your time with that. We're going to meet in seated. And from there, tuck the right toes under and have fun with this transition. Hands are in front of you. You're going to push yourself up and come anywhere between half and full split. If half split works for you today, then you're staying in half split. If you want to go for a full split, go for a full split. If you want to stay in the middle, stay in the middle. Remember that our sides are different. For example, for me, the left side is a little bit easier than the right. So right now I'm definitely chilling way more than on the other side. If you're getting closer to your full split, tuck the back toes under and push the right hip closer to the front. Hands are framing the front knee or somewhere along those lines. It should be somewhere around the knee. It should be there somewhere naturally, honestly. Good, and we're going to take another breath. Maybe rock side to side if that feels good. And if the back toes are not tucked under, you're going to tuck them under. Lift the back knee off the floor. Push away from the ground through your hands. And we're sliding the left leg back and up, opening the hip, coming into down dog split. Send the left leg super, super high up to the ceiling. And we're going to walk the hands back to meet the right foot. Take your time with that. We're coming into standing split at the back of the mat. Once you get there, you can hug the standing leg around with your right hand if you want, pulling the chest in closer to the right thigh. Again, remember, this is just a fancy forward fold with one leg lifted, treated like one. Don't be intimidated by this pose. We're going to send the left leg higher up, just using the power of our mind, really. And then the left foot is never going to touch the ground. Flex the left foot as you're lowering the left leg. You're going to lift the chest up. And as you're lifting the chest up, eventually bring your left knee out in front of you, balancing on the right hand, hands at the heart center on the right foot. Oh my God, not on the right hand. On the right hand would be crazy. Hands at the heart center in prayer. And then bring the left knee out to the side. Bring the left ankle on top of the right quad and start bending the standing leg. Lots of balancing in this practice, but you know you're almost on the floor. So stay with me for this one last little bit. Keep flexing your left foot. Push the left knee out to the side a little bit more, sitting low into this pose. The chest is staying lifted down. Let's do another deep inhale. Exhale, hands go down to the ground. Remember, we're keeping the shape. That means that the left knee stays outside the left arm. That part is important. You're going to walk the hands forward. Shape stays. You're changing planes. You're bringing that left shin forward, coming into pigeon pose. Getting deeper into the left hip. Relax the body. Drop down on the forearms. Maybe even all the way down on the forehead. And then staying. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Every exhale starts to get you a little bit deeper. Keep breathing. Keep feeling. Now we're going to do about 3 more breaths here. Knowing that, can you make them very, very intentional? Letting the inhales create more and more space within your body. And then exhales are pushing you further. One more here. And with your next inhale, walk the hands back up to lift the chest. Make sure the left hip doesn't drop all the way down. Bend your right knee. Send the right hand behind you, grabbing foot or ankle. Push the right heel in and send the right shoulder forward. Getting even deeper into the quad. Now make sure that the right knee doesn't face out. Once it starts facing out, you're losing half of the pose. So maybe even lean to the right side a little bit more, making sure the knee is facing well back or down to the mat. Another breath here. We're letting it go. Drop down on your left hip and then spin the right leg around. Bring the right foot outside the left quad. This is where we're going to straighten the bottom leg. That's your left leg right now. Making sure the right hip goes down to the ground. Right hand behind the tailbone, left elbow, right quad. Twist towards the right side of the room. And then remember, the closer the back end to your hips, the better the twist, knowing that maybe you can adjust. Or take it another moment here. Good, nothing changes. Look over the left shoulder to the front of the arm. And then let it go. Both hands outside the left hip. You're going to twist to the other side. And then let go of that. And you're simply going to step the right foot over the left. Bring the right heel in close to your glute. Left hand behind the tailbone, right arm goes up. Fold over your left thigh. You're reaching your right hand towards the left foot. And if that's enough, you're staying here. Remember, forward fold is our priority. But if you do want to bind, then squeeze the right knee to the right shoulder. Bring the right arm around the right shin and possibly clasp your hands behind your back. If you got to a bind, still a forward fold, so try to make sure that the shoulders are staying parallel to the floor and the crown of the head is going forward, the toes are going back towards your nose, all the good stuff, nothing has changed. Let's do another moment here. We're going to inhale, lift ourselves out of it, shake out the shoulders if you had a bind. And one last tricky transition, I promise you that much. The right heel is into the midline. The right knee is coming into the midline as well. You're going to lean forward and lift the hips off the floor first. You can use your hands here on the floor. Lift the left foot off the ground. Pistol squats. We're going to press into the right foot and lift ourselves into one last standing split, sending the left leg up to the ceiling. You can open up the hip and pull the chest in closer to your right thigh. This is only a transition for us. And flex your left foot. This is where you're going to lower the left foot down to meet the right. We're meeting in the forward fold. Shake it out. Finally, we have both feet on the floor. That hasn't happened in a while, I know that. And we're going to bring hands on the shins, blocks or floor. Inhale, half a lift. Heel to the feet about mid distance apart. Bring the toes in, the heels are going out. Grab the ankles and start pulling the crown of the head down towards the floor. Bend the elbows sideways, shoulders away from the ears. Neck is super, super long. Good, and we're going to let that go. Drop the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, chest comes up. Heels are going in, the toes are going out. Exhale, lower down for your yogi squat. Hands at the heart center in prayer. Lift the chest up. Neck is long, back is long. All the weight is in the heels. Maybe you can lift the toes off the ground. Who knows? Go crazy. And we're going to slowly lower the hips down to the floor. No crushing. Lift the feet off the ground. Grab the outer blades of your feet. Pull the knees outside the ribcage. Chest is lifted. Balancing seated, weird, happy baby. The back is straight. And the back is our priority. Once the back is straight and you're pulling the chest through the legs, if you want, you can straighten the legs. I'm not going to stop you on that. But again, the back, long back, I would say, is the priority. Shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to bend the knees regardless so that we don't crush. Lower the heels down on the floor. And then slide the legs out as far as they'll go, coming into wide-legged seated position. Pull the flesh away from your sit bones. Hands are super close to your glutes. You can stay here working on long spine, or you can start pushing yourself forward. If you're pushing yourself forward and at some point you decide to bring the hands in front of you, make sure that you remember it's called a forward fold, not a down fold. We're not dropping down, we're pulling ourselves forward with the crown of the head going towards the front of the rim. You can point or flex your feet. I like to do both sometimes, or just kind of even playing with it. And then think about the bottom of the rib cage going down towards the ground, but the entire body, the head, the neck, the shoulders, it's all lengthening. Another breath here. And as you inhale, lift yourself back up. You're going to lift the chest out of it. The hands come underneath your knees. Bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Grab your toes, pull the crown of the head forward. Use the strength of your thighs, pushing the knees out. The back is long, the neck is long. I sound like a broken record. Inhale is going to lift you out of it. The knees are going to stay bent. Hands come underneath your knees. Bring the knees together. Chest is on your thighs and flex your feet. Grab the outer blades of your feet. Our deal today is going to be that the chest is going to stay on top of the thighs the entire time. Pull the shoulder blades down the back like you're doing a row or something, and then push the heels forward. You're going to keep that level of engagement the entire time. This is a constant pull push. So I kind of like to get a little bit deeper and clasp my hands here. If the flexibility levels allow you, go for it. Keep constantly pulling the shoulder blades down and pushing the heels forward. If the legs don't go all the way straight, who cares? Doesn't matter. Use the breath to maybe get an inch deeper than before. It doesn't sound like it, but once you try, you know for sure the breath makes a huge difference. And we're gonna let it go. Loosen the grip, straighten the legs, separate the shoulder blades and round your back. Roll yourself all the way up to seated first. And then very, very slowly engage in the core. You're gonna start rolling yourself all the way down to the floor. Vertebra by vertebra, the head is gonna go down the last. And once you go down to the floor, bring the knees into your chest, giving yourself a loving, well-deserved hug first. Check in with yourself, your body, your breath, your intention. You can rock side to side if that feels good. And when you feel ready, you're going to open up for your final shavasana, final resting posture of the practice, letting the arms fall open, the legs relax. The body becomes very, very heavy on the floor. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Let this be enough for this practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, Yogi. From my heart to yours, namaste.